To flip the sign when? When do we flip the sign?
Wait, when we divide.
Yeah, when we multiply or divide by a negative. Okay, so at x equals 4, we're going to go to the 4 and put a closed dot. Okay, then we go from the x to the number. Which part of the mouth am I going to hit first? The big or the small? The big, right? We're going straight into the mouth, so it needs to go this way to the bigger numbers. All right, look at number 3. Okay, what needs done to solve for k? What needs moved, Dee Dee? Get off your dang phone. Okay?
14.
The 14. How do I move a minus 14? Plus 14. Okay, what is negative 33 plus 14? Huh? Negative 19. Okay, so on the negative 19, is that going to be open or closed? Closed. Okay, so go to the 19, put the closed. Okay, and then it says K is what? Which part of the mouth am I touching first? Big. Okay, what's weighs bigger, negatives or positives? Which weighs bigger? The positives. Okay, number 5. Okay, we're solving for P. So what needs moved? The 9. Okay, so, and how do I move it? Times. We're going to say times 9 on both sides. Times 9, times 9. So we get P. What is negative 16 over 9 times 9? Okay, and the multiplying fractions and all that, the calculator will do it all for you. Okay? The only thing I would say when you're using the calculator, make sure you hit the over arrow so the 9 is off to the side and not under here. Okay? You got 16? It's going to be negative 16, but yeah. Okay, so negative 16. On the negative 16, should that be opened or closed? Closed. Okay, which part of the mouth am I going to be touching first? P is bigger or smaller? Bigger. Okay, so we're going to go towards the positives. Okay, number 7. Who's the third wheel on their date? The 10. Okay, so we need to move that minus 10 first. How do I move a minus 10? Plus 10. So we're going to plus 10 on both sides. That's going to give me negative 7. Okay, and then now I need to break up that couple. How do I break them up? Times 2. Yep. And so negative 7 times 2? Negative 14. Okay, on that 14, should it be open or closed? Open. Okay, and then it says R is what? What part of the mouth am I touching first? Bigger. So we're going to go towards the positives.
Liv said that her coming your success class today.
Liv, who?
Olivia Allen.
Oh, Laura said no. Okay, so 1 through 8 was all like what we did yesterday. Okay? The rest are multi-step, okay? So, they're not like drastically crazy, but you're either gonna have to combine first, okay? Or even possibly distribute, okay? So, you know you need to combine when someone has the same last name as the other person, okay? So if they're both just plain old numbers, 9 and a 6, right? But if they have like, Nick's last name is Tompkins, so if he's a Tompkins and I'm a Tompkins, we can go to the same family reunion, okay? So, if they both have the same last name of like 6X and a 2X, those ones can get put together, okay? And so, if we look at number 9, okay, do they have the same last name? What's the 6's last name? X. What about the 7? X. So that means that they can go together. They're the same family, okay? And when you do those, just type them in on the calculator. What is negative 6 plus 7? 1x. Okay? Now, if we're looking at this, that 1x, is that a couple or is that a third wheel? It's a couple. So we're just ready to break up the couple. They don't have no third wheel on their date, but they're still going to get into a fight. Okay, so how do I break that up? Divide. Okay, and so I'm going to get a negative 7. Should that be open or closed? Open. So on the negative 7, it's going to be open. Which part of the mouth am I going to touch first? The big or the little? The big. So we're going to go towards the positives. Okay, 11. Okay, what's the 7's last name? V. What about the 1? V. So are they the same family? Yes, so they can go together. Okay, what is negative 7 minus 1? Negative 8. V is his last name. Okay, and again, do they have a third wheel on their date or no? No. Okay, so we're ready to break up that couple. How do we break them up? Divide. And what I tell you yesterday, most of the time, what is your very last step? Divide. Okay, so if you're like not ever sure, divide. Yeah. Okay, now, what did we divide by? Negative 8. So we do need to flip our sign. Okay, so now it's going to be going this way instead of the other way. Okay, and so it's going to give you a 1. Okay, on the 1, is that open or closed? Open. Okay, so open. And am I going to touch the smaller part or the bigger part of the mouth first? Smaller. So we're going towards the negatives. Okay, 13. What is the 4's last name? N. What about the 6? N. So that means we can put them together. What is negative 4 plus 6? 2. So you're going to get 2N. Okay, do they have a third wheel on their date? No. No. And so then we're ready to do what? Divide. So it's going to be 0. On the 0, is that going to be open or closed? Open. Okay, which part of the mouth am I going to touch first? Smaller, so we're going to go to the left, towards the negative side. Okay, 15. What's the 4's last name? P. What about the 7? It's also P, so they can get put together. So what is 4 minus 7? negative 3p okay, and then what needs done? Divide. Do we need to flip? Yes, we do, because that 3 is negative, so right here is negative. Okay, now again, if you forget to flip, it's not the end of the world. Your answer would still be 1, okay? What's gonna happen is your line's gonna be going in the wrong direction. Again, it's not the end of the world, but that is what's gonna happen. Okay, on the 1, is that gonna be open or closed? Open. Okay, it says P is what? Bigger. Okay, 17, I'm gonna put a 1 in front of that X. Okay, what is the 1's last name? X. What about the 4? Nothing. The 6? Nothing. Okay, so who can get put together? The 4 and the 6. Okay, the nothings. Now, we never do anything with this side. Okay, so like even though, does he have a last name? No, so we don't put like stuff with this over here. Okay, it's not gonna happen. So what is 4 minus 6 or plus 4 minus 6? Negative 2. Okay, do they have a third wheel on their date? They do. Okay, and so we need to move their third wheel first. How do I move that third wheel? Plus 2. And so I'm going to get 1x and a 6. Okay, and then how do I break up that couple? Divide by 1. Do we need to flip? No, because the 1 is not negative. Okay. On the 6, is that going to be open or closed? Closed. Okay, and it says x is what? Smaller, so I'm going to go towards the negatives. Okay, you guys have 9 to do. Go through and get your 9 done. Okay, again,